Okay, today we'll be starting the Others faction bond conversations. I'm not gonna do them all in one video like I did for the Shu ones, because there's more of them and there's multiple characters with more than 3 conversations, so...
Well, well, quite unexpected, running into you here of all places. Our fates must truly be linked, you and the great Chen Gong.
I love how he says Gong. It amuses me. It doesn't really make me laugh, but it does amuse me.
No, I know so. I've been vying for a thorough discussion with you for some time now. I've actually taken quite an interest in you. You move wherever the wind takes you, without being beholden to one specific lord. You were once part of an organization devoted to restoring peace in the realm, a survivor of the fallen. How much indeed? That's about the extent of what I've learned about you. Pursuing stability, relying on the abilities of others, living a carefree, unobserved life, slowly growing old. A life where no one learns your name or what you have accomplished, where you just exist until you're no more. Your way of life is totally different, though, and that fascinates me. In this way, I too am a person who hopes to use my abilities to make a name for myself. Meeting Lord Cao Cao was truly excellent, but I don't want to live reliant on the abilities of others. I believe we are not too dissimilar, you and I. That's a natural response. Still, I only said as much to gain your favor. There's no other reason. On the one hand, there are those who yearn for such a lifestyle. On the other, there are those who naturally throw themselves into it. They seem similar, but are fundamentally different. It is precisely for that reason that I believe we can form deep bonds together. I look forward to deepening this relationship. I hope you feel the same. Aha. And so we meet again. Our fates truly are linked, it seems. But once I lay eyes on you, my mind begins to race with conflicting thoughts. How about it? I'll tell you about how I left Cao Cao's side and became Lord Luibu's strategist. Whether you are an ally or foe, I respect you, and so I'd be grateful if you would listen to my tale.
Yeah, I don't think it matters how much time I put into this game. I don't think I'll ever get used to Lubu being pronounced Louibu.
Why, you ask? Surely, you have something of an approximation already. Cao Cao is a great man. It cannot be denied. Truly one with the ability to realize his ambitions. And the subordinates he selects also possess incredible talent and wisdom. For many, there is no cause for dissatisfaction whatsoever. Under his leadership, unification of the land is a likely reality. And I have no doubt that his achievements will last far into the future. Cao Cao is a man who will accomplish supremacy through his own merit. It would be so simple and altogether too boring.
I forgot about this conversation, and it's kind of interesting because if I remember correctly, in the previous games, Chen Gong left Cao Cao because he started doubting his abilities after he failed to, I think it was, assassinate Zhuo. So this is kind of interesting to say he basically left because it would be too boring serving under Cao Cao.
I dream of carving my name into history myself through my own abilities. It's fine if you're not convinced. I'm aware that I've taken quite the liberty here. Do I end up as a renowned officer that used all his knowledge to outwit Cao Cao? Or a fool who clumsily fails? In either case, the name Chen Gong will be known to the world and etched into the annals of history. That being said, I have no intention of accepting defeat. With my mind and Lord Lui Bu's prowess, we are certain to obtain supremacy. What say you? Ride with us and leave your mark on this age. Well, it matters not. It seems that we have already chosen different paths. Those born into times of great struggle care only to live and die without the burden of regret. Watch closely, and you will see how grand my story is in the end. Well, well. Good fortune has brought us together once more. I never thought we would see each other alive again. Perhaps it is true that fate has tied our paths together. Do not think about our circumstances too deeply. Our friendship is in the past. However strong that bond was, the man standing before you is simply another enemy. No. Cao Cao will soon launch his attack to defeat Lord Lui Bu and I was somewhat surprised at Lord Lui Bu's decision to make our stand at Sha Pei. But it is my duty to adapt our strategy to any and all circumstances. This is a battle that either side could win. Do you understand what that means? Yes. Yes, I knew you would. You have accurately perceived my resolve. Whatever happens on the battlefield, only one side can be victorious. Which means this is likely our last chance at friendly conversation. But you will never forget Chen Gong. You will remember me for as long as you cling to life. Of this, I am certain. And the reverse is also true. Your memory will live on, deep in the bottom of my heart. We will each serve as witness to the life of the other. What a feeling. I can hardly contain it. Yes, I am sure you feel it too. It took some time, but I think my influence has finally started to rub off on you. We have spoken openly and gazed into each other's hearts. Now we will have nothing to regret. We will next meet at Sha Pei. Which one of our ways of life will win out in the end? It shall be a battle for the ages.
I see. So the news has already made its way through the city. I've just received word from Lord He Jin in the capital. It seems that the rumors of the Emperor's death are in fact true.
The world is still in disarray. The death of the Emperor will only make things worse.
Lord He Jin's letter also included an invitation for me to join him in the capital. I suspect that he may take this opportunity to eliminate all of the attendants in the capital at once. I knew from the beginning that it would come to this. I have exchanged countless letters with the Grand General to make sure we wouldn't miss this opportunity.
Lord He Jin is the older brother of the Empress. It wouldn't be wrong to call him the leader of the Consort clan. He wants to rid the world of the attendants as much as we do. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, as they say.
But if the Grand General has already taken action, then the attendants will be making moves of their own. In any case, I must hurry to Luoyang at once. Diaochan, I will need your protection.
Yes, Father. Just the person I wanted to see. I have a very big favor to ask of you. Will you help me? Yes. I need you to do something for me. I've never asked anyone to do something like this before. It's making me a little nervous. The truth is, my father came to me and said that I should take a little walk around town. But I've never really just walked the streets before without a destination. So I have no idea where to go or what to do. It would mean so much to me if you could walk with me here in town. Just for today. I can't thank you enough. All right, let's get going, shall we? Thank you so much for coming with me today. Is it just my imagination, or are you new to this kind of thing as well? I had a feeling we were both a little lost out there. But I think that may have ended up being what made our time together so much fun. As long as I have this memory, I'll I'll be able to go on fighting forever, no matter what hardship might come my way. I would like to be able to go for another walk with you sometime. I hope with all my heart that such a day will come.
So I mentioned when I started this series that the bond conversations were somewhat difficult to unlock, and that was true when I did it because there weren't really guides out. I did it pretty early on in the games, pretty soon after it released, so there weren't a lot of guides out and stuff, but now it's a lot easier now that there's guides out and stuff.
Is this a dream? The one I've wanted to see for so long is right here, in front of me. Still, the reality of this hits me harder than I ever could have imagined. You shouldn't even be here, but I'm glad you are. I really wanted to see you. Honest? It's really you? If so, I fear I have no right to show my face to you. I just received Father's letter as well. It would seem he arranged for agents to deliver them to us from the shadows when the time was right. Even so, he gave no exact date. Just that we should meet beneath flowers in full bloom. As you are now, you walk in the light. Someone like me is in no position to associate with you. That is why I decided not to interact with you. Yet, I have ended up meeting you here in the dead of night. Could you find it in your heart to forgive me, despite my shame? A meeting like this, beneath the stars, may never happen again. So I had best make the most of this opportunity. After he defeated Zhuo, Father fell to the blade of an assassin hired by Li Shui's faction. Although he said I was just a tool for him, I lost the man who loved me like a real daughter. So too did I lose the need to dance in the darkness for Father's ambitions. I could have taken up with Li Bu, but that was not an option. For you see, there was no room in my heart for anyone but you.
Yeah, I mentioned it in the shoe conversation video, but I really don't like stuff like this, like how prevalent it is in this game.
Were I by your side, the path of light you began to tread would have been stained with darkness. That is how deep the rot runs within me. Your existence is much like this starlight, gently illuminating me in the darkness. A fleeting light that vanishes come daybreak. I shall etch that radiance into my heart, and no matter how hard life becomes, I shall wait for the next morning to come. You exist in a place beyond my reach.
I don't like either of these responses.
Really? Are you sure? To be completely honest, I have yet to sort out my feelings. Still, I can say this much. If the day comes where we can meet beneath flowers in full bloom once again, I suspect I may be a bit more receptive to your invitation. Until that day comes, be well, my beloved.
There you are. Another victory under your belt. The Yellow Turbans are just starved dogs. They'll prostrate themselves before the might of the Imperial Court. If they truly want to save themselves, they'll need to acquire enough power to devour even the heavens. To tell you the truth, your abilities caught my eye. So much so that I specifically set out to speak with you. Now then, you fight as an unmarked warrior, do you not? Why are you without an official position? And to what purpose do you apply your abilities? Not knowing yourself. What a curious thing to say. Still, using your abilities for your own ends is an entirely respectable thing to do. For the land, for the Han Dynasty, for the Lord they serve, those seeking power have a bad habit of aligning themselves with some great cause. But in the end, people operate for their own ambitions. Look at the Yellow Turbans. They rose from the bloodshed in a time of desperation, and then devoured the weak in turn. Those same Yellow Turbans will be decimated by the Han. Devouring the weak for our own aims. It's simply what humans do. That's precisely why it's power that determines our fates. If you're strong, you live. If you're weak, you perish. Even among the strong, you stand taller still. I have no doubt you are capable of determining your own path in life. But one also mustn't forget their superiors. You best take care, lest you wind up as prey yourself. Had the Yellow Turban rebels gained a little more power, their story would be different. Being devoured in an instant by the very same Han that caused them to starve. One beast struggling as it's devoured by another on the verge of death. Quite a boring story once you get down to it. I'm rather loose-lipped today. We're done speaking. Be gone.
I like that. I've talked too much. Go away.
So, it was you that caught my eye out on the battlefield. No surprise there. You fought well. Enjoy your praise from the great Dong Zhuo. How do you find the winds in Liang province? There's a greater chill to them than in the Central Plains. A frontier region, far removed from the cities. Even the Imperial Court's authority doesn't reach here. Its people simply live as they wish, without a care for the state. It's been the site of countless uprisings. Yet, I prefer being posted here. The geography and climate are harsh, and so the people here seek the power to devour others, and to avoid being devoured themselves. Though the weak masses may also devour the strong. The fallen become sustenance. That is the essence of life. Do you not think it more agreeable than stagnating in some boring administrative post? I'm surprised to hear that from you. Indeed, it is. But falling into stagnation is the same as death. The capital has become stagnant. There's no understandable battle of strength, just deception and cheating. It's not life. It's a slow death, and I detest it. The Chang tribe and Yellow Turban rebels are both just struggling to survive. But these people in the capital, they haven't even realized that they're already dead. The kingdom of death, where the deceased stride around devouring the living. That's the reality of the Han Dynasty. If that is the case... This conversation's gone on too long. Off with you. Well, I did not think I would hear your name here. An impressive display, as always. I'd like to recognize your achievements yet again. So, have you seen the state of the capital? No one can deny it at this point. The Han Dynasty is rotting from the inside. Do you understand what I must do now? Indeed. And I see that you too have learned how to utilize your own power. Decaying or not, the Han Dynasty has a long history, and the power and authority it has accumulated will not prove easy to seize.
Yeah, the Han Dynasty was actually one of the longest reigning Chinese dynasties ever. It was around for like 400 years or something like that.
And that is why I shall devour them completely. Will my actions lead to a world thriving on war, or one of chaos ruled by death? It's difficult to say. If something isn't done, however, the rot is sure to steadily spread. I refuse to accept that. What's more, I've obtained the power necessary to change that. So, how about it? Would you be interested in serving me? Even without your consent, I have ways of making use of you. Still, it's precisely because of that attitude that you have value. You shall be a wind that traverses Liang Province, submitting to no one and making the presence of the strong known. That wind carries with it the life I desire. It has been a true pleasure. Go now, move through the land, under your own freedom.
Alright, I'll do one more character. And that's Lu Bu.
It's you. I hardly expected to meet you in a place like this. Don't think I've forgotten your brazen behavior in the last battle. Why deny the truth? You certainly showed me something worthy of my attention. Clearly, you've got some pluck. Tenacious in mind and body, unlike the feeble fodder I usually encounter on the battlefield. Who in the world are you? Where did you achieve such strength? Well now, I sense no deceit in your eyes. I thought there was something odd about you. This certainly explains it. You've caught my attention, at the very least. If nothing else, you'd best remember this. Those who master strength stand above all and have the right to claim everything as their own. I am known throughout the world as the strongest. Everything under heaven is mine for the taking. And you are akin to the dirt between my fingertips. Do you grasp my meaning?
Not at all.
That's no skin off my nose. Still, if you end up in my sights, I'm sure I'll feel the need to take you down. Not that I would relish the undertaking. Besting you would be a troublesome task, indeed. I've said all I want to say. I'm leaving. Next we meet, try and show me strength that dominates all else. Go on, surprise me, if you can. So you've come. Hurry up and take a seat. Tales of your deeds have continued to reach my ears. However, I imagine other enemies hardly satisfy you after facing the strongest in combat. Are those words from the heart? I doubt you take much pleasure in testing your mettle against any old opponent. In my youth, the truth of the world was carved into my body. The weak are oppressed, and subject to all manner of degradation. Power was the only thing that changed me. I honed my skills and silenced my adversaries with brute force. Then I took to the battlefield and demonstrated my worth time and again. In short order, all who opposed me had vanished. The ones who remained extolled my martial prowess with abject devotion. Anyone can speak of morality and compassion, but these will never come to pass with mere rhetoric alone. Even the scoundrels and schemers desire the strength to triumph under any circumstance. Am I wrong? Here I expected an immediate rebuttal. I cannot comprehend you. How is it you've come face to face with death over and over, yet you side with those who are all talk? You should know that bravado and ambition rot with you in the earth when you leave this mortal coil. Those who would take to the battlefield shielded by the strong and perish as their hollow prattle fails them. The notion of a world filled with such rabble makes me sick. I will stand above all things and teach all the men and women of the world that might makes right. Quite kind. The one who knows both sides of the coin. Can you show me something more important than strength? Next we meet, do your best to change my way of thinking. You do provide me with a modicum of entertainment, after all. The dawn takes on an exceptional quality in your presence. I'll admit it. You possess a strength that rivals my own. So, too, do I admit that you've shaken my faith in the absolute nature of strength. You have cause to rejoice, for I recognize your existence. My skill in battle still exceeds your own, but all of your strength has brought us on even footing. I, who cared for naught but myself, found myself desiring you. Now that battle looms on the horizon, I will await the day you become mine, for now. But once I have claimed all under heaven, I swear I shall have you as well. Oh, that will only be the beginning. I am, if anything, a man of my word. Still, I am astonished to have found something I value more than strength. So, too, am I forced to consider the merit of your beliefs, given the impact of your deeds. That being said, I have no intention of changing. I simply mean to have you, who showed me this different possibility, for my own. If you possess some ability superior to strength, I will simply become stronger and keep that ability under my control by force. After all, they say the greatest joys are to be saved for last. No one but you has ever provoked such passion in me, and no one else ever shall. I'll have you take responsibility for that. With you around, life will never get boring, even after I've claimed this world. You'd better make it through all of this alive, for you are the only one who can offer me such amusement. If you were to die for some mundane reason, I'll drag you out of the grave myself, and don't you forget it.
Alright, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.